Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Kaiser Gaming, and welcome to yet another video from the opening night of the release of Age of Mythology, the pre-release release. And this is my first ever multiplayer cast of Age of Mythology. We're watching a battle between TJS in the yellow playing as Hades versus in the purple, Lex, playing as Kronos, the Greeks versus the Atlanteans. And let's check out this battle. We see opening moves here. Interesting choice from Hades. He has, I'm sorry, not Hades, but Kronos. 3 bills on food and then 3 bills on fate. Or favor. I keep saying fate, yeah. 3 bills on favor, which is an interesting opening, not what I would expect. Now, like I said in my last video, I am not an Age of Mythology pro. I went out of my way to not learn the meta for Age of Mythology, so I am learning a lot of things, for myself in real time here, and I don't know whether a favor opening like this is typical for Kronos play. What does make a little bit more sense to me is what we're seeing out of yellow. Hades, 9 villagers on food, and his first vill now going to gold, 10th vill. So we got 1 on gold, 1 on wood, 9 on food. Prioritizing food makes a lot of sense to me. In the games that I've played so far, I find that I keep running out of food. It is, as always in an Age of Empires game, an extremely important resource. So, it makes sense to me that we're seeing such priority, at least in the short term, put on food. He's going to need 400 food to go up to age 2. I'm sorry, 400, I'm looking over here. There we go. Still getting used to the overlay. This is an amazing setup. Age of Mythology is partnered up with the Capture Age team. So we have this Capture Age overlay built directly into the game. It's beautiful. We can see at a glance that Hades has a 1 vill lead over Kronos.
Skopos?
Yeah, this is really cool. And just very different openings. Hades, primarily on food, a little bit on wood, a little bit on gold. Meanwhile, Kronos, he's got 5 on food, 3 on favor. I'm wondering, yeah, okay, that's the Oracle. Okay, so everything I was saying about, it's not vills or anything. The Oracles are themselves favor generators. And he's doubling them down. They're generating favor and also using them as scouts. And he's able to see more of the map this way, which is pretty cool. Now, this does seem like maybe a little bit of a risk. Like, this scout can just come over and take these guys out, right? Right? And to get 3 oracles, is that maybe part of being Kronos, is that you start the game with more oracles? What is this? Target enemy building to deconstruct it. Oh. He's slowing down Hades' opening by actually destroying the temple. That was awesome. Now, the player gets the resources back. So Hades did not really lose the resources. He can rebuild it easily enough. But by being forced to rebuild it, he's slower on the way to the next stage. At least I'm assuming that's the strategy here from Kronos. He is still behind 1 villager. This has been pretty consistent. Kronos is down 1 bill compared to Hades. 2 bills now. But even though he's down 2 bills, he does have a slight point lead. About 800 points. Which, in the early game, how much is 800 points? I mean, the points can swing back and forth. But, could be a big deal. Something that, well, I was going to say, but we actually do see. Hades, a very defensive god choice. His god power, Sentinel. He targets the town center and drops down these stone guardians which will make this early Promethean aggression from Hades, I think, possibly a misplay. He does take out a Vil. He's going to take out 2 Vils, and all of a sudden, Kronos has the Vil lead. Now that Promethean is looking pretty low. But if we take a look, yeah, look at the HP, the Cyclops should have this. And Ajax coming in to help out. Oh, look at that little mini Cyclops, mini Promethean. Promethean offspring, yeah. Nice. Run! No, wow, what an aggressive temple. And he deconstructs his own temple? If I'm not mistaken, he just deconstructed his own temple in order to reclaim the resources and then rebuild the temple back in his own base. Now guys, again, if you're watching this and you're some Age of Mythology expert, maybe that's like a classic Kronos play, but that's the first time I've ever seen that, and that was really cool. I didn't even know you could do that. The tooltip says you target an enemy building. I didn't know you could target your own building. And I guess it's only 10 favor, so, you know, because you're collecting so much favor with the oracles, I suppose that's worthwhile. I do note, by the way, though, that Kronos has lost one of his oracles, which means that he is bringing in favor at a decently weaker pace. Ajax. I like the Pegasus over here. Getting the lay of the land. Let's go ahead and switch to see what they can actually see. So here's Kronos' point of view, and the oracles really revealing a lot of the map. Right? What is this guy doing? Okay. Is that a... He's just hanging out by this bush. Alright.
He's
got citizens there. I think these guys count as 2, right? I'm thinking that's the case. Anyway, meanwhile, if we switch over to TJS's point of view. Yeah, Hades getting some good intel here. Caro Ballista. Arranged infantry soldier hybrid. Let's go back to that. Hold on. Reveal. Okay. This is a hero unit. He's a soldier siege weapon hero. Fragile but very powerful against infantry, ships, and mythological units. Wait, why is one of these a hero and one of these is not? Interesting. So something about, I think this is the Atlantean thing, is that you get hero versions of regular units. A hero oracle. Target one of your human units to convert it into a hero and heal it fully. That's cool. I would assume that's what's going on here with Prometheus. Giving the gift of fire to Kronos' team. Hades has retaken the score lead, and I think that's in part... Well, no, he doesn't have the settlement up yet, but his economic lead will grow further as the second town center comes online. He has a pop lead as well. He just got housed. Oh, no. He's got 55 pop, though, to Kronos' 50. So this is neck and neck. Relics are coming in. Ajax bringing in a relic. I think we'll maybe see what kind of relic? The Sistrum of Bast, which makes villagers cheaper. Yeah, so when you just picked up a second town center, cheaper vills... I like the sound of that. If I am Hades right now, I like the sound of that. Toxotes. Toxotes, ranged soldiers, the archer units, good against infantry, right? Makes sense. But what about over here, the Cairo Ballista, powerful against infantry and ships. Does infantry include archers in Age of Mythology terminology? I don't think it does. I'm gonna guess the answer is no. So I think... One, two, let's do what he's gonna do here. No, there we go.
Skopos?
Yeah, he's got 5 of them, plus the hero unit. And then the Promethean. Good against humans. Now, the Prometheans will do well. I don't know how well, because... I mean, archers are awesome, as we saw in my last video. You mass up a good number of archers, and they just put out so much DPS. They might be able to melt down even those Prometheans pretty quickly. Okay, walls coming up, but they're coming up a little bit slow. I wonder if they're going to fire on them. Yeah. I actually think this is kind of a mistake. Like, alright, you got a Vil kill. That's nice. But now your enemy knows your composition, and he has more time to counter it. The intel there is worth losing 1 build. The Turma are very useful. Oh, nice! Sentinel comes up for Hades. So now he has 2 town centers that have that extra level of protection. The question is the Cairo Ballista good against Sentinel? He's used the deconstruction god power. This is really interesting because, you know, you're not going to get any resources out of that, right? Nice. That was kind of a nice little thing to just sort of, you know, get rid of that power. Now, who wins the fight here? I think the Cyclops should swing this Hades way. Yeah. There's a strong enough front line for the Greeks. Even though, we see, what is this chaos here? Power just got used. Literally, chaos. Target a group of enemy units to make it temporarily hostile to all. These archers are now a lot more vulnerable than they otherwise would be. That was epic. I didn't realize, it didn't click with me, that Kronos is in Age 3 and Hades is in Age 2. And this is something I've not explored yet in Age of Mythology. The question being, just how important is it to go up to the next age? I mean, obviously, you can use god powers, right? Which, you know, that didn't win it for Kronos, but I think that made the fight much closer than otherwise would have been. I think Kronos is not moving out in the way he otherwise would because of the god power they used. So that's obviously a big deal. And then you have things like technologies and other units and stuff. But different age games place value on the ages themselves differently. Like in Age 2, going from Age 2 to Age 3 in Age of Empires 2 can be a really big deal. Whereas going from Age 2 to Age 3 in Age of Empires 3, comparatively speaking, is not as big of a deal. I mean, you can get in falconets and the artillery start coming in, and there are cool things that happen in Age 3, but it's not as empowering as it is in Age of Empires 2, in my analysis. The availability of knights is a much bigger deal than the availability of falconets. So in Age of Mythology, how important is it that Kronos is in Age 3, and then Hades here is in Age 2, and it looks like he's not going up to Age 3 for a while. The resources aren't there. He's picking up a bunch of other resources right now. I don't know. I think that his resource distribution is not great. And I mean, I deal with this problem myself, so don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing, but I am analyzing. And here we see that there are 1,400 wood in the bank for Hades, while he's struggling to stay in triple digits on his food. And his gold is also low. I get that as in the sense that he wants to play archers, right? I'm kind of surprised he went Ares this round too. I guess it makes sense. But so going Pestilence, he should get a scout. He needs to send his Pegasus over so he can actually use Pestilence. Or maybe you save that for when you're on the offense. I guess when you're attacking, you shut down the defensive towers. Yeah, that makes sense. But I think it makes sense that he's got so much wood and so much gold. He wants to mass up archers, right? The Tochotes, right? I would assume that's his play. But I kind of want to see age 3. Once again, we see Valor being used by Kronos and his ally Prometheus. Notice at the very top of your screen here, notice the distribution of units. Hades has a 20 population lead, and almost all of that, actually more than that, is in Vils. Hades is getting close to double the Vil count of Kronos, but Kronos has more military on the field, and it's age 3 military. And I'm wondering if Kronos is going to be able to find some sort of damage to kind of get momentum swinging his way. It'll be harder because when you go up against Hades, you know, the Sentinel just makes it tougher to break down a town center. At the current rate, with a 3rd TC up and running for Hades, and still only 1 TC for Kronos, if Kronos has any hope, he needs to move now. Time, ironically, is not on Kronos' side. He needs to fight now. And fortunately, he is doing it. He's chipping away these sentinels. There are a decent number of heroes here. I want to see him take this fight. Go knock out these Greek units. If you can't win this fight, you might as well just call the game. Either that or do some kind of distraction and then like kill a bunch of Vils. Maybe that's your real play here. Yeah, I don't like this. I think Kronos is running out of airspeed, altitude, and ideas. At this point, he's down 30 military. He is down 30 Vils. And he's down 6,000 points on the scoreboard. That's hard. A palace. Okay, is this, I guess, their version of a fort, right? They also train and upgrade elite units and siege weapons. I think it might be too little too late here. I once heard it described to me, and I don't know how much I buy into this, but it's an interesting turn of phrase. That if you think about a strategy game like a fighting game, that your Vil count is your health pool. I don't know if I buy into that or not, but it's an interesting turn of phrase. If we think about it that way for a second, the health right now of Hades is just so much higher than that of Kronos. The way I would think of it, maybe not so much health as it is like jet fuel. You know, it's you can win a game with fewer Vils, but you're behind the 8 ball. You're trying to find a moment to throw a punch and punish your opponent for over-investing in their economy. And here, Kronos, I think he's just been playing this slowly and not finding the damage he needed to find in that time where he had the stronger military, the stronger age up, and the weaker, you know, with that weaker economy. Now, he's got the weaker eco by a lot, almost half. He's got less than half of the military strength, or the military numbers anyway. We see at this top bar, I think the value of the army also heavily stacked in Hades' favor. And Hades, I'm so shocked that he still does not have...
Yuji?
No.
Yuji?
Go to yellow here. Okay. I'm surprised that we're not seeing age 3 from him. here we go. And as I say it, finally, he's on the way with Apollo, god of the sun and music. Focuses on ranged soldiers and vision, which makes a lot of sense with the way that he's been playing, with the way his economy is built. Archers is the play here, and Apollo will be very helpful with that. Here's my prediction. I'm going to see if we can speed up a little bit. Nope, the game is live, so can't do that. But what I think we're going to see, Apollo hits age 3. He's going to throw down a fort. Out of that fort, he's going to get out some catapults, right? And once he has a handful of catapults and he feels like he can actually besiege Kronos, then the fighting begins, and I think we'll probably see a GG shortly after. He's going to destroy this palace, and I bet he destroys the town center. And on the way toward the middle TC here, that's when Kronos falls. Now, I do need to due diligence. I'm going to be, you know, the caster I need to be here. Kronos is picking up that Vil difference. He was, like, at about the halfway mark. He has since grabbed 2 town centers that, frankly, you know, Hades has just let him have. And that means that now he's only, you know, 2/3 of the Vil level that Hades is. He's still behind, and I don't know that he can actually turn this around. A 12,000 point difference, I think it's doubtful. But he does appear to be picking the right kinds of units. But why are you going heavy infantry when... No. Churma is the unit. Don't get heavy infantry, just get heavy cav. Heavy cavalry is the right call. He's picking up blacksmith upgrades. That's wonderful. Also, Atlas coming in for Kronos, unlocking age 4. We will see. I could see a world. Look at this. Look at this. The military numbers are even all of a sudden. What? What? Am I underestimating the efficiency of Atlantean Vils, maybe? He has fewer Vils, but maybe they're doing more. Guys, I might have called it too early. Take a look. I mean, the army now... Whoa, the Argus there. Very cool. Myth unit can attack with a blob of acid that instantly kills most opponents. Good against human soldiers. He is now going on offense. This is cool. This is cool. And what do we see here? Artemis on the way. Oh, he's swapped. No, he just got to age 4. Both players are in age 4 right now. Okay. So we see Apollo. And then Artemis on top of that, which makes sense for an archer play. Why are you deleting your own palace? What's the game plan here? I find this amazing. It is hilarious. So he's still down 10,000 points, but I think he's actually turning it around. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, will he be able... I'm really curious to see how effective the R-Guy are. What? What is that? Implosion. Atlas, what hast thou done? Look at him, he's warping. Oh, he sucked up his own unit, the Argus. Wow, okay, so that was interesting. That was very interesting. I do think that we are seeing... That was cool, but Kronos' military is falling apart. Oh no, the poor statue. Yeah, Perseus putting in the work with that head of Medusa. A new fortification coming up. And yeah, so now, shockingly, by the way, I will say, the Vil counts have evened out. So I made the mistake once, maybe calling it a little too early. I'm not doing that again. But The score difference is holding steady at 12,000 points. This fortress should be able to overcome that town center. And there it is. Was the GG called? Lex has resigned. Yeah, I think that he... Honestly, I'm surprised he called it then, but I guess the Turma just didn't accomplish what he wanted them to, and he called the GG right there. Nice. Guys, that was the first ever cast of Age of Mythology. It's an exciting time. Everyone is brand new to this version of Age of Mythology. The ladder doesn't know where to place anybody, so everyone of different skill levels that are all matching in together. I would say that was a decently even fight. I think Hades had taken an advantage early on and was able to hold on to it, but Kronos definitely did not go down without a fight. That was a lot of fun. I want to cast more of this game. If you want to see more of this game, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and letting me know in the comments below what you want to see next. For now, this is the Iron Kaiser signing off. Have a great one out there. We'll see you around.